What up, y'all? It's your boy Kato Mack back.
It's Schalee low.
It's your Trilogy, you know what I'm saying? Episode 2.
Episode number 2, y'all.
We appreciate all those that tuned in and check us out, you know.
And y'all, please continue to subscribe. Please continue to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah, that was much love for those that did, and continue supporting, continue showing us that love. This episode right here, y'all, we're going to come to y'all about side pieces and side dicks. So this is for the ladies out here, and it's for the fellas out here
who think it's important to have a side piece. So to you, how important is it to have a side piece? Is it an important part? Is it just something to do? Like,
well, I have to say, Schalee, you know what I'm saying, at a point in time, it wasn't even considered a side piece, you know what I'm saying? It was just, you know, an extra young lady, you know what I'm saying, and the disposal, you know what I'm saying, being disposable to, you know, my needs, I guess, you know. I don't know if that's a correct way to, you know what I'm saying, say it, but if I'm going to be truthful, you know, I'm going to be truthful about it.
Well,
you know,
some people could take that, you know, very, like you are anti-feminist.
Well, I'm not that, you know. But, you know, it's just what it was at the time, you know. I mean, when I really was into that like that, you know, I mean, I was young. I was feeling myself, you know. I was in my early stages of life of, you know, becoming a man. And I had everything at, you know what I'm saying, my disposal. I had all the cars. I had all the clothes. I had the jewelry. I had the money. I had everything. So that, you know what I'm saying, gave me a little ego at the same time. And I don't know, you know, a boy trying to become a man without that guidance, you know, you don't know which direction to go.
So when you was young and you was doing this, it was not strictly about you as a horny young nigga. That had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, that had a lot to do with it too. That had a lot to do with it too. But sometimes, you know what I'm saying, just that greed of the mentality where it's like, man, I see something and I gotta take it down. I gotta take it down. I gotta add that to my scorecard.
I understand that. I totally understand that.
Yeah.
You know, like being a man, you fed into this lifestyle that the more women you have, the more manly you are. You know what I'm saying? And you fed into that lifestyle, and it wasn't until you got older, you like, you know, that ain't really important. You know what I'm saying? But I guess, you know, for a man, the only thing I can say about that is as you get older, you know, your sex drive is not as high as it was. So
I don't know. I don't know. I'm still just as horny now as I was, you know what I'm saying, in my 20s.
No, I know you can't say that because I know. No, go all the way back to your teens, because I know when you was younger, when the wind blew, you did get her. Not now. I know they ain't happening to you now. You know what I'm saying? You're grown.
It still is. I can't lie, Schalee.
Go ahead. You don't want people to know. You know what I'm saying? When the wind blow, my dick don't get hard no more. You know what I'm saying? You got to do something. Put on something sexy. Let me think of something. Turn me on. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm active, Schalee.
You ready to go? Just drop a hat anytime, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I and that's because sex isn't just sex to me. You know what I'm saying? It's an art form to me. You know, I like connecting with my partner. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of person to where if I got a young lady and if she too off with me, I'm all the way thrown off. You know what I'm saying? Not like, let's just say, for instance, you know what I'm saying? I mean, her sexual sounds. If I'm not connecting with those sexual sounds, I'm all the way through off. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm still gonna do what I do, but I'm all the way through off. When
I was younger, I didn't have that problem. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have that problem. Like I didn't the way you moan, it didn't matter to me. You didn't even have to moan. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do my thing. I come to do my thing. That's all I come to do.
Right.
When I was younger, you know what I'm saying? But as I got older, and that became more important to me, how she sounded. You know what I'm saying? And that turned me on more and more. That became more important, but like I say, that's how I know I changed. That's how I know I grew up, because when I was younger, it really didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking you down. That's what I
you
come
in the bushes and keep on moving.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm more into satisfying a woman, because when I'm hearing them sounds, I want to hear her climax. I want to get her to that level. So I take it to that level. You know what I'm saying? I pace myself. I do whatever I got to do so that happens. But when I was younger, I didn't even think about that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why I say it's a difference in between a young nigga fucking and being a grown man fucking. You know what I'm saying?
And you know, I didn't understand that when, you know, I was younger, and I used to always be challenged, you know what I'm saying, by P-Man, my brother. He would always, you know what I'm saying, tell me like, man, I could bring, you know what I'm saying, a couple, you know what I'm saying, fellas through, you know, and snatch your girl up, you know, and she wouldn't even be able to do this. You would never have her again. And I'd be like, come on, man, I got her rap, you know, la, 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 la. And I used to always hear him say that to me. I used to always hear the older, you know what I'm saying, people in the streets, you know, family, friends, you know, just in general, always saying, boy, you don't know nothing about what you're doing. You don't know nothing about what you're doing. And I didn't get to understand that until I got older. Like, there was a whole lot that I wasn't understanding, you know what I'm saying, about the female's body, you know, and her mind, you know what I'm saying, how she processes, you know what I'm saying, sex and love and, you know, all that. I didn't understand that then. I just thought, you know, if you get up moaning, you doing your thing, you know what I'm saying, and that's not what it is, you know. But yeah, I mean, I've had the side pieces.
Yeah, but to me, the side pieces was more about my craving for attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, at all times, I needed attention. So it wouldn't even matter to me when I was younger, in my early 20s. It wouldn't matter if you went to work and you got to go to work because you got to pay these bills. You know what I'm saying? I still craved attention. You know what I'm saying? It had a lot to do with I drank a lot too at that time period in my life. But I craved attention. You know what I'm saying? And when I didn't get it, I went out and found it. You know what I'm saying? And it's always some girl who she don't get enough attention and she just drowns you with attention.
Right.
You know, which after a while to turn you off. And, you know, but I loved home so much. I never left home while craving all this other attention. But what I didn't do when I was younger is explain that to, you know what I'm saying, my mate. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger and I'm in a serious relationship, supposed to be committed, and I'm out here doing all these selfish acts to her behind her back, I was never explaining to her why. You know what I'm saying? She would get upset with me, find out that I done whoop-de-whoop or wham-wham, and next thing you know, I'm trying to get mad at her, you know what I'm saying? We arguing, and I'm defending myself, and I'm bringing up her faults, you know what I'm saying, when I did everything wrong, you know?
Right. I mean, that go both ways, you know? But I understand you. I mean, that was your escape route.
Yeah, that was my escape route.
That was your escape, you know? So,
but when it comes to females, do you feel like females cheat for the same exact reason why men cheat?
I mean, I've ran into, you know, some females that just like to get down just like dudes do. Yeah. You know, I mean, I've had some female friends, not meaning actually females, you know what I'm saying, I was getting down with, but just female friends that I know like to get down like we like to get down. And then I met some, you know, to where they would explain to me, I'm paying him back. You know, I let him do all this to me for all these years and everything. Now I'm paying him back. And you know, I kind of understood it, but at the same time, I would try to explain to him, like, never let, you know what I'm saying, the man take you out of your character.
Yeah,
you know?
because that's how men view it. You know, we view it as if he took you out of your character. You know what I'm saying? And then to me, I would look at it as if he had some kind of spell or something over you that would let you turn into somebody who you wasn't yesterday, but today now you this lying, sneaking, conniving person. You know, even if you're not that, you know, it could be all like, you know, it just, well, you know, I never understood that part when somebody say it just happened. I'm like, so how did it just happen?
It's no such thing as it just happened, because I believe even with men and with a woman, we know what we want to get into before we get into it.
Because if you don't want to do it, it don't happen.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't like you just fell on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to understand. How does something just happen? You know what I'm saying? And when you have a side piece, and you have her for a while, you start caring for her, right? You start caring for her, you have emotions for her, and then you don't want nobody else hitting your side piece, you know what I'm saying? While she know you going home, and she'll sit home. And the part that that never bothered me, but what I never understood is how do some women, you know, be a side piece and be a loyal side piece, like knowing the whole scenario, the whole situation.
I think it's love and hope.
Love and hope.
And
she hold on to that for as long as you can.
Love is
as long as you can keep it over her head, she gotta keep jumping for it.
I mean, love is a powerful tool, man. I mean, love would make a person stay around and do some strange things, you know what I'm saying, for a long time, or accept some strange things for a long time. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, you ask yourself, would you rather have love, pain, or loneliness?
Yeah, I guess I would always pick love over those. If I'm the only options, I would have to pick love.
And women,
there's not that many other options.
Right, and women are more emotional than we are, so therefore they want that more that good feeling, that good vibe. So it's like I'm gonna get it how I can get it, and
yeah.
I'm accept it how I could get it.
Yeah, because sometimes when things ain't right at home, you know what I'm saying? Y'all might have sex and all that, but it's not that passion that it was.
Right.
And then she go out there and she finds that passion with this person who she has no connection with. And to her, it may seem like love. And I'm not trying to talk like I know all women, because I don't. And
Right.
I barely know the ones I got. You know what I'm saying? I know them personally, but their emotions, you know, they off the chart sometimes. You know, sometimes they happy, sometimes they sad. So, but what I do know is women emotionally connect with men when they have sex with them.
Yeah.
You know, in a way that we don't connect with women.
And that would be my thing right there with a woman with a side piece. I think a woman that has a side piece is a lot more dangerous than a man with a side piece. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, there's some weak men out there, you know what I'm saying, that just fall in love with everything that they touch. But for the majority, I think it's more dangerous when a woman has a side piece than it is for a man having a side
Why
piece.
you say that?
Because women are more emotional. They
Yeah.
get more attached to what they have going on. It's like a woman can be in love with 2, 3, 4 different people at one time. Men. Where a man, he can, I hit you, you know what I'm saying? I gotta go. You know, I gotta make it home before wifey get home.
So do you think a man could be in love with more than one woman at one time?
Yeah, I've experienced it myself personally. I've been in love.
With multiple? I'm talking about not just 2, 4 or 5.
No, just 2.
All right.
Just 2. I've been in love, you know what I'm saying? This was younger, you know what I'm saying, when I was a teen, and I didn't understand it, you know what I'm saying? And I guess it was like, you know, going back to episode 1 when I had the young lady that I was involved with when I was younger that left. I still was in love with her. You know, I still was in love with her, and I wouldn't let any other woman at that point in time.
But you still did your thing.
Yeah, I mean, she wasn't around.
Yeah, so
she wasn't
so
around.
like you was cheating on her, but while you were doing your thing, you still was emotionally attached to her.
Yeah, I was still emotionally attached with her. I still was, you know what I'm saying, for the most part, in the beginning, I still was in contact with her, you know what I'm saying. I would talk to her on the telephone. She would, you know, we calling back and forth, letters, seeing each other the whole 9. But, yeah, I was still emotionally attached to that situation, and then getting off into other situations. I mean, even though I was juggling women, I can't say I was, you know what I'm saying, completely cold-hearted to where I didn't have any feelings towards any of them women. I would be a lie if I said that, but I wasn't allowing myself to match that love or match that feeling that I had then, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's my take and my point of view on.
Well, I can understand that. You know, like I said, when I was younger, I did the same thing, and I was in a relationship with 2 women for a long period of time. You know what I'm saying? But I did always love one more than the other.
Okay.
I did always love one more than the other. You know what I'm saying? And for whatever reason, I can't really explain that part.
Would that been you loved one more than the other at the same time, or because sometimes I hear men say, I love my side piece more than I love my woman at home, but then it's I love my woman at home more than I love my side piece. So is it that up and down balance? Is it depending on when that woman is giving you more or giving you less, or who's more argumentative than and not? I mean, like, would that have came into play with it?
No, it never came into play with it, because I always put my main girl over everything. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
if she needed me, I got to jump out the pussy right now. I got to go. You know what I'm saying? I never was in a situation where I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to ignore her, you know what I'm saying, for you. And she knew that, you know what I'm saying? Like, so she already assumed that I loved my main woman more than I loved her. So it was easy for me to, you know, just keep on going with that. You already assumed that, and I'm not going to change your mind about that. Even though I do have feelings for you, and they were getting stronger, and I can feel them getting stronger, but I was never going to commit to her the way I committed to my main woman. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, and I'm saying all this, not glorifying it, because, you know, I was younger, and it was stupid and immature, but it was a growing process for me.
Right.
You know, so when it comes to side pieces, and I see, you know, because you see some niggas have side pieces. I'm talking about long-term relationships, kids, everything, and they main don't. I don't know what they main be doing. Does she be getting mad? Do they have these brutal arguments at home behind closed doors? I don't know. But if you stay, apparently you're accepting all this. You know what I'm saying? So if you accept it and would rather deal with it and let him go, that's the part that confuses me consistently. How does one accept all that and just like, you know, I'm just gonna deal with all this? Like, I know he's going to see her. I know he's going to do that. I don't think I can, because I'm a very jealous person. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't knowingly know that my woman has some side dick, and she going to get that on the regular. I couldn't deal with it.
All right.
But some niggas deal with it. Some niggas deal with it. Some niggas even expect it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I mean, like I say, when I was running around, I mean, I had a young lady that I was involved with, when I met her, she had what she had going on, I had what I had going on. And I mean, it worked good for us, because when she was able to get free, it was, to spend time with me. And when I was able to get free, which I wasn't in a relationship, but just being free from whatever it was I was doing, when we connected, it was powerful, at that time. So
you know what? I personally haven't been a side piece a lot of times.
Yeah,
I haven't personally enough times that I would be like, that I could really know. Now I ain't gonna say I ain't hit some niggas woman, but
right. Well, then you was a side piece.
I'm talking about for that 1 second. But where it's a recurrent thing, where I know she's sneaking out the house to come see me, where I know she doing everything she can to avoid whoever she with, so she can be with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about a consistent pace where it's like 5 months, 6 months into this thing, and she's still with him, living with him, and seeing me. But the little times that I have, it was always something going on inside of their relationship that was drawing her away anyway.
Right.
And then me.
Same in my situation.
Yep. And then me, it was when somebody getting driven away from their situation, it's easy for you to grab hold of them. You know what I'm saying? Or them to grab hold of you and save me from this. Right. And you can sell them a silly dream if you want to. They just want to be saved at this point, and you can sell them a dream. But like I said, I had a crazy upbringing, man. Like really, really, I probably have been single. In my 40 years, I probably have actually been single, maybe, since kindergarten. I have probably been single. Throughout that time, maybe 3 years. Wow. Maybe 3 years, nigga. I went from this woman, started messing with this woman, and went with her. I'm talking about, like, never broke up with her, started going with her, like, all through high school.
Yeah, no, I can count on one hand the amount of relationships I've been in. Relationships, not relations, relationships, I can count on one hand. And yeah, I didn't jump too fast, and didn't, I mean, like I said, I was running wild. I was young, had everything that I wanted, had everything, that a young man would want. So it fed my ego to where it was like, I don't need no woman. I don't need nobody tying me down. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't start a real relationship, until I got in my 20s.
Going back, I'm happy with everything the way it turned out, but going back, I wish I would have slowed down. I wish I wouldn't have been trying to find a relationship, because when I look back at it, was I looking for something? I really don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Was I looking for some kind of companionship in some kind of way that I didn't have or I wasn't getting as a child? Because my mother was great. My father was in and out of my life, but my mother was great, and I had a good supporting cast, but I'm still trying to understand why I always had a girlfriend. I still to this day don't know why I always had a girlfriend.
Like, love.
Man, I don't know if it's love. Well,
love.
No, it was lust. It was lust. Like, when I like a girl, I really like her, and I treat her so good. But then I find somebody else I like. You know what I'm saying? And it's easy for me. When I was younger, it was easy for me to forget about her and start liking her. And then when she get mad at me, she don't want to deal with me, I go straight to her. And that's what I kept on doing. Like, and some of these relationships wasn't long. Like I say, my first baby mother, I started going with her at 13. You know what I'm saying? All the way till I was 27. And that's the only period. After that 27, I probably was single. Oh man.
So I'm gonna ask you two questions on, one on what you just said, but one, I've been wanting to ask you about, side niggas. How do you feel about side niggas kicking it with a female? And being that side nigga and that female taking care of that side nigga.
Oh man, because I know women get so emotionally attached, and to keep somebody quiet, some women will do anything to keep especially if they got a household with kids that keep them, they would do anything to provide and make sure that he does not get out of his place, because as little as dudes want to say, they will emotionally get attached and they will come out of character. You know what I'm saying? They will start busting windows, writing on cars, all types of stuff of that nature.
And this is a dude.
This is a dude that does this. You know what I'm saying? Dudes, I personally know niggas who I done seen punch tires because they caught their girl cheating and hitting their own girlfriend tires. You know what I'm saying?
I think we both know who that
hitting
dude
their girlfriend tires and then, turn around and buy new tires for her, you know.
And putting white mice in their house.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
So I don't agree with it, you know. That's why I try to be faithful at this point in my life, you know.
Right.
But, I look at a lot of situations because some women have it made. Like, you know what always tripped me out? Like how a woman who goes with a man, he has everything, right? He's worked hard. He built up this empire. And she goes out and cheat on him with a guy who has nothing.
I can't stand that.
Who has nothing.
That. Like, that would be one of my pet peeves. Like, please, if you gonna cheat on me or if you gonna leave me for somebody, please leave me for somebody that's better than me.
Yeah, well, that's why I say if I'm gonna cheat, I'm cheating up. I'm never cheating down.
Don't leave me for Dusty Paul.
I'm not cheating down no more. I'm not cheating down.
Don't leave me for Dusty Paul. I can't have it. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I can't understand that. Like, even at my worst, if I'm at my worst, you see me at my best. Take somebody, you know what I'm saying, that's better than me and move forward. And I would be happy and I salute y'all. I really would.
But see, that's why I say, like, with a woman, like, it becomes such an emotional thing that she's not even thinking about none of that. Like, oh, he just said the right things at the right time, and then she give you the line like, oh, well, it just happened. Like,
that's impossible.
I know that part, but that's what's said. Like, it just happened. He was saying the right things at the right time, and it just happened. So you just happen to put his dick in your mouth?
Right.
Like, so how's this happening? Is you talking to him while you're doing that? Like, so you happen to not pay attention to nothing.
Right.
So that makes me question a lot of things after that. You know what I'm saying? But I know it's all emotional with women, and it's emotional with men. But it's only later in their life when it becomes, because it's all physical. I know my 18 through 25, it was all physical for me. Like, if you got big booty, big titties, I'm doing what I got to do.
Okay. So my next question for you would be, how do you feel about interracial relationships? Do you have a problem with that? Like, and I mean, not that is a problem, but with the current state of way things is right now, how do you feel about it?
I got a real strong feeling on that. Like, I'm not against interracial relationships. I never have been, because I'm not a prejudiced person, and I'm not in somebody's business that hard that I need to know why you love somebody or things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So if you fall in love with any color woman, it doesn't bother me. In fact, I really truly think it's part of the plan that happens, because all these people on this planet, different colors, as long as we stay on this planet, we're gonna mix. We have to mix. And eventually we're probably gonna mix that it's only one race, you know what I'm saying, of mixed people.
Okay.
And black will be gone and white will be gone and everybody probably look like Mexican. I don't know what's gonna happen to us. But
they say it's gonna be a 10 country.
Yeah, and if we all turn 10, I would understand why. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna happen in my era, but 1,000 years from now, 2,000 years from now, it's quite possible that's gonna happen.
Okay.
So I think it's part of the plan, and I think it will break the bridges of racism so much once you have majority of the people are mixed.
Well, I don't know, because if they have the mentality where the Willie Lynch, mentality, where lighter, darker, you know what I'm saying, you're going to have a bunch of mixed people to where it's like, well, I'm lighter than you and I'm darker than you. Will that still be a problem?
I would assume so, because it's a problem inside of every race, you know what I'm saying? You have Asians that do that. You have blacks that do that. Whites don't do it in that particular way, where your color, your skin color, but it's your race and where you come from, and they discriminate against each other for that, you know what I'm saying? But it's all through South America. We see it all the time. You know what I'm saying? The black, what they call themselves, Afro Latinos down there, they totally discriminated against the regular Latinos, which I really wouldn't understand because I'm not part of it, but I see it's happening. It wasn't even brought to my attention until a few years ago that is happening. It's a big thing down there where it's millions of Afro Latinos, and they are not even considered people. They not counted on the census, and so that's gonna happen. But to break the barrier that we have right now going on, where racism is high as I've ever seen it, and I grew up in a damn near all-white town.
So let me ask you this then, all right? Today, current state, you got, how would two people that's black, white, how would you tell them if they came and asked you, Schalee, my girl is white, or my dude is, you know what I'm saying, white, you know, and come to you and say, we want to watch, you know what I'm saying, the football game together. Mm-hmm. Do you think that her being white, will she be able to understand why he's saying yes to the football players kneeling? Do you think that she would ever be able to get that type of feeling, that understanding that he feels when he see them kneeling, or he feels when he see his brothers being done wrong, unjustly done, you know, in society? How do you sit down and explain that to your kids, or how does she?
How do you explain it to your woman? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard because it's very hard because what I've noticed is that a lot of white people have cognitive dissonance, where they, like, just like how when they used to hang people and they bring all they, you know, all the white people out and the kids and everything and watch it, and then they'll say, take pictures, and then they'll say, well, I didn't do it, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really have nothing to do with that, but we all know you guilty by association. So to brainwash yourself that you don't have nothing to do with that, it's hard, and it's still happening today because, you know, they're not paying attention to what they are actually kneeling for. So if she doesn't have a very open mind, he can explain it to her over and over again, and she's never going to understand. Because if she separates herself from what they are kneeling for and say, oh, well, I'm not a police officer, I'm not doing it. Like, but do you understand what they're doing it for? To me, they're just disrespecting the flag. So you're not paying attention to what they're saying.
So do you think it's disrespecting the flag?
Never, because they said they're not. Colin Kaepernick was told by somebody from the military to kneel instead of sit because it shows respect to the fallen soldiers. Right. Now, you can tell, see, that's what I'm saying. If I came and I told you, if Colin Kaepernick came and told President Trump that right now, he still would say, well, to me, it's disrespecting the flag. Even though somebody from the military told him to do it, this is the way to show respect.
So do you think Colin should just have that soldier come and speak and say?
Well, the soldier's been all over the place. You know, he's been speaking on ESPN. He's been speaking on, you know, on Fox News Network. Everywhere he has been saying this, but it's not getting the kind of play. It's not getting the kind of media stream that Colin kneeling got. You know what I'm saying? Where it's on headlines on all the major newspapers, where it's on all the blogs. They're not talking about that. Because, like I say, when you can distance yourself from what's actually reality and say, well, I don't have nothing to do with that. I'm not prejudiced, so I just don't want to be involved. If it's that easy for you to distance yourself and you're part of America, then you're never going to pay attention to what is right in your face because you don't want to be a part of what's actually happening. When we all are part of this, you know what I'm saying? Like him kneeling has something to do with me, you, any other person in this country. It all has something to do with all of us because it's happening. Everybody know that it's a lot of police brutality. Everybody sees, and this is the problem that I have. Like I argue with white people all the time on Facebook, on Instagram, everything, and they say, well, it's more whites being killed by police than blacks. And I say, so why are y'all not standing up and defending? Police should not be killing any unarmed people. Right. They shouldn't have the right to. But and then when I ask them that question, do you know what they have to answer me?
Tell me.
Nothing. It's not an answer to that. Why aren't you standing up then for the white people that's getting murdered unarmed? Why are you not standing up and fighting against it?
So let me ask you this then, to reverse it. Do you think black people are supportive of white people's injustice? Do you think we stand by them?
Yes. Black people don't like
injustice. Are we sensitive to when things happen to them?
80% of us, yes, because we don't like injustice. Because we know if you do it to your own kind, we know exactly what's going to happen to us. You know what I'm saying? We know exactly. If you will step on a white man's neck, then I know you cutting mine off.
So is that out of fear, or is that out of care.
Out of our care, mainly out of our care. We don't like to see anybody being, brutalized, being disrespected. We just don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I would defend anybody. It could be two white boys. If a bigger white boy is picking on a smaller white boy and I happen to see it, I'm stopping it. I'm getting involved. I'm saying, hey, well, pick on me. Try that with me that you try with him. But that's just how I feel about anybody being treated, differently because of their size, because of their anything. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like it, and it's personally because I care. And a lot of men that I hang with that happen to be black, they feel the same way. They do not like it. They don't like to see injustice. So, we was raised like that. We was totally raised like that to hate injustice, and it's not just prejudice. It's not just being prejudiced. Like I only deal with the black people. No, I deal with everybody out here. You know what I'm saying? My job has me dealing with everybody, and I've seen racism in my job.
So tell me about that. You was telling me earlier.
Just earlier today, I'm delivering some furniture. You know what I'm saying? Nice furniture. Pull up to a nice house. As soon as me and my guy go to the door, we was met, and he was like, looked at us as if, "What are y'all doing here?" And we here to deliver your furniture. He talked to us 5 minutes before he allowed us in his house, and we asked him is, can we see where we're putting the furniture? So we can know how to bring it in and what we should do. And he talked to us 5 minutes outside the door like he didn't want us to come in. And then when we entered the house, he looked at us as if we was gonna steal something. And he was an older white man, and I'm pretty sure he came from a place where racism probably runs rampant, and he probably does not think he's racist. He probably does not think he has problem with black people.
Do you think some white people come off as racist, but it's really just fear?
Yeah, most of the time that's all it is. Most of the time it's just fear. You know what I'm saying? It's fear.
So where does that fear stem from?
It comes a lot from the strength of black people, to come from where we came from, where our ancestors were slaves and were let go with no money, and we sang through that, and we still singing today, and we still progressing today, right now. Our strength, they still can't understand it. How can you go out and have some babies and I'm killing them? And you still continue to do it, and you still continue to sing, and they still want you to dance and for them, and we still doing it. You know what I'm saying? We still doing it. Why? And see, they took it as if we dance for them only. We dance because we love to dance. We sing because we love to sing. You know what I'm saying? We are happy people. They want us to look like we mad. Why are black people so mad? We mad because y'all don't hear us. No matter how much we talk, no matter how much we try to put it in your face, no matter how much other white people try to tell you, you still don't hear us. So I think it's our strength. It's basically our strength, not our physical strength, which I guess I would be scared if I seen a big black man who's strong, physical. I guess I would be scared if I was a white man and felt like my ancestors done so much injustice to you. You was probably killed.
Fear out of guilt.
I think a lot of it has to be fear out of guilt.
But I think that could be fixed. I think that could be more understood in just a conversation.
And it should be that simple. But
simple conversation.
But like I say, it's when somebody tells you, why are you punishing me for something that my ancestors did to your ancestors? You wasn't a slave.
Because of
the
privilege
master.
That you still are able to live off of it today.
That's how simple it is. If somebody, if somebody can say, why are you worried about something in the past that affects me today? Mm-hmm. And the next person who say, well, I'm not a slave master, that means you are separating yourself from what we actually are living in. Because we are a country that was created out of slavery, brutality, and genocide. Once you understand that and you accept that, then you accept everything that comes with it. But if you accept the good parts only and exclude the bad parts, then it's a lie. You know what I'm saying? It's a lie. And that's what we have been doing in this country. It's so much information that we were not given about black creators in this country that would have stimulated a lot of young black youths. You know what I'm saying? If I would have known all of the things that black people have created in this country, I probably would have been totally different if it was taught as curriculum in my school. But it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. In fact, all we ever learned about was Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, you know what I'm saying? Over and over and over, all 12 years of my school life, from kindergarten all the way to 12th grade. That's all we ever learned.
Right.
Like, these are the only two black saviors, but they weren't. You know what I'm saying? They weren't. They weren't we didn't learn about Benjamin Banneker and all the things he done. You know what I'm saying? We weren't inspired by those types of things.
Right.
Why?
Well, Schalee, I have to say this, what was it, 7th grade? No, 8th grade. Mm-hmm. 8th grade. My 8th grade teacher, I had me and Dre was in class together, and Black History Month is February, and I was a very outspoken individual when I was younger. I still am to this day. Yeah, I'm still is today, but it was more aggression, back then, more anger, more passion than what it is now. Now it's more articulate than what it was then. Mm-hmm. So me and Dre was in class, and the whole month of February, I'm steady asking the teacher, are we going to do Black History Month? And she steady saying to me, yeah, we're going to do it, we're going to do it, we're going to do it, we're going to do it. It's like 3 days left in February. It's already the shortest month of the year. So it's 3 days left. And me and Dre sit next to each other. And I'm telling Dre, I'm like, Dre, I'm about to say something to the teacher. Dre like, man, you should, you know what I'm saying? I'm with you. So, that's geeking me up even more. Like, my man with me, we the only 2 black dudes in the class. So I'm like, all right, cool. I said, Dre, I'm about to stand up right now. Come on, let's stand up. So as I'm getting ready to stand up, Dre put his head down. He like, no, I ain't about to stand up in the middle class and say nothing. So I stood up and I asked the teacher, I said, excuse me, why are we learning, about American history right now when we learn about American history all year long? Mm-hmm. This is supposed to be Black History Month, and there's only a couple days left, And she got mad. My teacher was a lady. She got mad because I was disrupting the class, which I did. Mm-hmm. But at that, like I say, back then, I just knew I had to be heard no matter at what time or how I had to be heard. I had to be heard. So she said to me, I already have, a set time and date that we gonna work on this and so I'm like, when? And so she looking at me like, you questioning me in front of the class. So I'm like, when? When are we gonna do this? And she said today, and it's the last day of the month. So I'm like, why would we wait one day out of the shortest month of the year to study Black history? And she got mad, so she went and sent me out of the classroom, sent me to the office and everything. And when I came back in school the next day, I had to have a meeting with all the teachers. You know what I'm saying? We had 7 classes. I had to have a meeting in the teachers' lounge with all the teachers, and I expressed my feelings and everything. So her way of punishing me was because she knew I was right. And the teachers, they knew I was right, and they didn't want to make a scene out of it, because if they did, they knew it would have been more than more than the attention they wanted brought to them. Mm-hmm. So they sent me in the teachers' lounge, and my punishment was to get a stack of index cards, and they brought me every black person that they could find in Black history to write a paragraph plus about these individuals. And I got to learn so much about my people, which they thought that she thought she was punishing me, what she didn't understand. She actually helped me, because what I wanted you to teach me, you wasn't gonna teach me. So but speaking up, I made you teach me. Yeah. I made you force me, force you to teach me, and I learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? And one of the people that captured me the most, we speak about Martin Luther King getting shot, at the hotel. But one of the people that I learned about was Medgar Evers, Medgar Evers, was just as influential as Martin Luther King was, but he was shot in his own driveway in front of his family at his home.
Yeah, but those are the things that they don't want to talk about.
Right, So.
And that was a good story that you said, but it's kind of sad because you're the only person got that information. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I went back and told Dre.
But at that time you can tell Dre was on something else. Like, man, I don't want to read them index cards, man.
I went back and told Dre.
Yeah, but that was it was horrible because it was kind of a horrible story. That's all I'm saying, because it's sad. It's really sad that's the only way that you got to learn, and then you were the only person who got that information. Like now we have Facebook and people putting a lot of information out there. So things are changing and people are waking up from this black people didn't contribute to the United States of America, did not contribute to the success of the United States of America. The only thing we ever been is lazy slaves. And that just kills me to hear people say black people are lazy. Like, I'm trying to find some of these lazy people because I know just many lazy white people.
I'm saying I know some lazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know some lazy Mexicans. As hard as we say
Yeah.
Mexican words, I know some lazy Mexicans who don't want to do nothing. So that's just a stereotype that's being broadcasted over us that we have to.
How do you break it?
It seems like it's impossible because no matter how hard black people work, it's not being recognized. You know what I'm saying? Very few out of all the black people get recognized and say, man, this is a hardworking group of people. They trying to, better themselves. Only the negativity is what's brought to the mainstream.
But I think if we took that hard work and put it into wealth, into finance, into this infrastructure of this country to where we started owning something, we can actually, turn the conversation around.
I agree, but we've seen too many times what happens, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like when, what's my man who owned Murder Inc.? Irv and Lil J, you know what I'm saying, from Rap A Lot, and there was one more person that was trying, Suge, and they trying to get their own, now they had the bread.
Right.
Then why it's not a black nationwide distributor?
They not gonna let us take over they bread and butter, but we have to build our own. I mean, look at Jay-Z right now. You know what I'm saying? What Suge, Irv, and Jay Prince was trying to do, Jay-Z is conquering.
Yeah, that's because everything has went digital. So you don't need trucks, you know what I'm saying, to transport CDs across the country like at that time when they was trying to do. But the whole thing of it is, why were they denied? Like, how can you deny people? Well, we finna go buy some trucks. We want to do this. We want to ship our own music.
Because now you taking away.
All right, but that competition drives money. Like when you got more than one thing to choose from, then you're gonna try this and you're gonna try that.
Yeah, but when you're more powerful than I am, people fear that.
But it's constant now. You know what I'm saying? It's constant now. They still got all the power. They still have all the wealth. Jay-Z is one person. You know what I'm saying? You can add Michael Jordan, Oprah, all of them to that bunch. I'm just saying you can add them to the bunch of wealthy black people. All of the rich black people, and that's still a very small percentage of our population.
Very true.
Same goes for white people. The richest people is a very small portion of their population.
Very true.
But their wealth is trickled down in a way that ours isn't.
Generational wealth.
Generational wealth, which is something that we don't have, you know what I'm saying?
So how do you tell the young brother that's on the block, man, take some of that bread and not buy so many Jordans, not buy so many cars, not buy, you know what I'm saying, all these clothes and everything that's gonna play out. All that you buying is gonna play out. How do you tell that young brother on the block, your kid's got a future? Yeah. That being on the block is gonna wear out at some point in time. So how do you get him to understand? Take some of that bread. A barbershop ain't always, you know what I'm saying, everybody's forte. I mean, you got some successful barbers out here, you know what I'm saying. I go to one when I go, you know what I'm saying, back to Michigan, you know what I'm saying, giving, you know, respect to, you know what I'm saying, Shorty Pete, giving respect to, you know what I'm saying, Marcus, you know what I'm saying.
Gentleman's Services for sure. Right. I totally.
Next level, you know, I take my hat off to, you know what I'm saying, to all those, but you can't overcrowd that space.
No, everybody can't be barbers, you know what I'm saying, and that's just a small percentage of what needs to be done. We have to just keep feeding our younger generation information. That's the only thing we can do, because the more they are informed, the better they will do in life. You know what I'm saying? If you are only informed that drug dealing, basketball, and cutting hair is the only way out, that's all the information you get, that's all you're going to think.
Don't forget car washes and barbecue spots. I mean,
car washing. But that's still just small beans to what's actually happening. You know what I'm saying? Until we have people that are influenced by other people that are doing great things, and then it's being recognized. Like, young black entrepreneurs are being recognized and being held accountable for what for their community, then they will see it. But we don't have that. You know what I'm saying? like out of our community, we have a couple successful brothers. You know what I'm saying? Jeremiah's another one. You know, young black brother, successful doing his thing. At least showing an example for people under him to say, look, I come from here and this is what I've done, and you could probably do it too. My brother, Priest, same thing. You know, he's leading an example. Hopefully his son grows up and already have a foothold on something that he can start, you know what I'm saying, from his brother, from his father's wealth. Hopefully his father gains more wealth so he can pass it on and generationally, and it happens. But it's not as easy as 1, 2, 3, let's do this. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, you know, and I think, you know, that we need to start opening our eyes to more than just the things around us, you know, like back in 2007, I think it was, I was introduced, you know, by, you know what I'm saying, my brother, you know what I'm saying, one of my closest friends, one of my best friends, you know what I'm saying, JD, you know, he called me one day and he asked me, he was like, man, you want to go to a jury show with me? And I'm like, yeah, you know, I was always fascinated by jury. I always loved the jury, you know, but I didn't know what I was about to, you know, walk into. So I went to the show with him. You know, he kind of gave me a little taste of, you know what I'm saying, a little ideal of what we was about to be getting into. So I asked him, how much money did I need to take? You know, and this is a funny story, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, I don't know. So he came out to Vegas and everything, and we sitting in the house and I'm upstairs, you know what I'm saying? And it's a funny story, you know, if he was around, you know, he'd tell it all the time, and we was laughing, you know what I'm saying? I'm just dropping bricks of money down, you know what I'm saying, from the second floor, like, okay, I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna add this, I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna add that, you know, and it's just hitting the ground like boom, boom, you know what I'm saying, real hard and everything. So we go to the show, and
did you take all that money?
No, I took about 10,000.
All right.
I took about 10,000 of it and everything. But when we went to the show, it was different because I'm in there with Indian people. I don't mean like American Indians. I mean Indians from India. You know what I'm saying? I'm in there with people from China. I'm in there, you know what I'm saying, people from Israel. I'm in there with people from all different, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, from all different countries and everything. And we was the only 2 black dudes in there. The only 2 black dudes in there. And not just the fact of being the only 2 black dudes in there, we were the only 2 young black dudes in there. You know what I'm saying? We was the youngest people in there besides the people that was, you know, displaying their product and selling their product, because they had their children in there with them.
That's what I was
you know
going to say, probably their children.
They had their children in there already training them, grooming them to, you know, take over this business. So, you know, and we was just so shocked and stuck, you know, to where it's like, wow, we in here. And as we got to moving around, I mean, it was crazy, because they was looking at us like, you know, are y'all here cleaning? Are y'all here help? You know, and then when we sitting there with our badges and everything, and as we trying to buy jewelry, nobody really wanted to talk to us. Nobody really wanted to explain to us, you know what I'm saying, about the jewelry and everything. And it took one company, actually, you know what I'm saying, the head guy actually sat down and talked to us, you know, and he was like, listen, y'all could purchase this for me and everything. And that was the only person we spent money with that day, you know what I'm saying? Opened up the account, me and JD, we flooded it, you know, we bought a whole bunch of stuff, and I ran back, you know what I'm saying, super geeked about what we was doing and everything. And I mean, just to say that, like, we got to start getting off into things that, you know, where our money will appreciate and not depreciate, you know what I'm saying? Because if you go on the stock market and look, gold and diamonds, you know what I'm saying, are some of the most influential things in the stock market. You know what I'm saying? It determines on the value, the value of our money. Our money is based off of gold. You know, I mean, they tell you that all the gold is in Fort Knox, which I don't believe, but our money, you know what I'm saying, the United States is able to borrow a lot of the money that they borrow from other countries based off of gold. So it's like they didn't want us in there, and when we got in there, you know what I'm saying, now, I mean, it's been,
about 10 years
over a decade, you know what I'm saying. I mean, I've met some very nice, tremendous people, you know, some beautiful people that that was willing to show us the way. But when to get in there, we had to, you know what I'm saying? It was like, I kind of understood what, you know, the civil rights movement was, when you got to be first. You know what I'm saying? You got to be
Somebody
first.
Gotta be first.
Somebody always got to be first.
Somebody got to kick the door down to let other people in. And
right.
Nobody ever kicks the door down. And I understand what you're saying. You know, that's taking people and new experiences, because we can keep doing the same thing. Everybody can open up barbecue shops. We got barbecue shops across the street from each other, because this is all we know. But that's not going to get us nowhere.
Right.
We need new experiences. We need new ideas. We need fresh energy. That's the only thing that's going to change it. And then people consciously pooling their money together, which has been a problem inside the black community, of people pooling their money together to purchase things, to do things. You know, it's scary that, you know, like a black family. Now, I see it all the time in Mexican families where, you know, they will live together, purchase a home, have 12, 13 people in the house, pay that house off all together, then purchase another home together, half of them move over, and continue to do it.
Right, because they understand the process of building together. If it's 3 families in here, and we all splitting the bills.
Yeah,
we save all, each
money.
one of us, each family is saving.
Mm-hmm.
So now you gonna go out and buy your house, I'm gonna go out and buy my house, and then this one gonna go out and buy their house, and each one of us got our own house now. Mm-hmm. So now we gonna bring more family in to do the same thing and keep building. And
now
that's
where we need to be, but it's so much competition because the way our brains has been trained that we feel like we have to compete with each other. Which, you know, that's where it starts inside of the household. Once people start telling their children it's unimportant to compete with other people and start supporting other people, you know, we still had that problem in 2017 inside of our community. You know, everybody competing to be the best same thing, and that does not make sense. Like, I want to be the best basketball player, I downgrade you. I want to be the best barber, what is all this about? You know what I'm saying? All right, if we both gonna be barbers, you know, we need to share ideas. We need to share interests. We need to buy, you know, a building. Renting a building is cool when you're starting off, but just think, all right, well, if we buy a building, now what? We have property. We have something that's worth value.
Right.
You know, even if I have a barbershop on this side and on the back side, like, I can't cut all the hairs anyway. So
right.
Why don't you go ahead and put yours behind there, because we own this building, you know? But yeah. People aren't pulling their money together. I don't see a lot of black people, especially poorer black people or middle class black people, pulling their money together. You know, I'm not rich, and I'm not hanging out with Dwayne Wade and LeBron James, so I don't know if they pulling their money together to do anything. I don't know.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they talk strategy with each other, even if it's just, hey, you know what I'm saying, this is my investment guy. Mm-hmm. Talk to him.
Yeah.
You know, so
but see, now think about that. Now, how many other dudes like who's at our level that would say, oh, you know, this is a guy, my investment guy, you know what I'm saying? All you need is $500-$600, you know, holler at them. They won't even introduce you to them because they don't want you to be on what they own. So and
that's that crab in the barrel.
That's that crab in the barrel. But we got to get out of that mentality. That's one of the first things we have to break. And like I said, that starts in the household. You know, if you teach your children that's how they're gonna be. But if you teach your children something different, they're gonna look at life differently. But you know, that's why I, you know, got myself out of the situation I was in, so my kids don't have to grow up and see that same exact thing that I saw. Like, if you only see what I saw, you're probably gonna be exactly like me, and I don't want you to have to do that. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I mean, and that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? My son, he's 9 years old right now, and it goes back, you know what I'm saying, years and years ago. I mean, probably about, I don't know, maybe 3 years ago. Me and him, we was in the car together, and we was pulling up at a gas station, and I was explaining to him, you know, I'm always telling him, like, man, be your own boss. Mm-hmm. Be your own boss. Own your everything. And he said to me, he probably about 5-6 years old. We was talking about the gas station, you know, how gas stations make money and everything. And he said to me, Dad, why don't we stop getting gas from these people and just buy our own gas station, and then people can come buy gas from us? And, you know, it took me back because, like I said, he was just maybe, you know what I'm saying, 5 or 6 years old. And it took me back. I had to sit back and I said, you know what? You're right, son. It's not that easy, but I'm loving that your mind is already thinking like that.
Even going to that thought process.
Right.
But But we, you know, it's the same exact problem. Even if you have the bread, you have to go ask somebody, can you buy a gas station? You have to ask somebody where they make sure that your gas, you know, is full all the time. You have to ask these people. And if they say, no, we can't do it, then where you left? You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you just go dig a hole and start pulling gas out of it.
Well, me, you know, I consider myself to be a very resourceful person. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go find where that gas at.
Oh, all right. So you going to Iraq if you got to.
I mean, if I got a Frank Lucas the situation,
you going to Iraq? You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna go
Bring
find
back
that
some old buckets of oil and say, hey man, refine this. I want to make this gas.
I gotta find it, man. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But that's the kind of mentality that you have to have about this situation. You know what I'm saying? But you know. Black people from the neighborhood I come from, they will go that far for drugs. You know what I'm saying? They will go that deep into it for drugs because that's all they know.
And that's where the hustle, the grind, that mentality comes from. You know, it's like, man, I went so hard in those streets. What makes it to where I can't go that hard in something else?
Because they don't know they can until they
can.
Yeah, they can, and that's why we had this talk show. That's why we continuing to look. Stop thinking you a man. You can do more than one thing at a time. You know what I'm saying? You can do millions of things at one time if you put your mind to it. You know what I'm saying? If you stop letting people tell you what you can't do, and if they do close the door on you, believe me, it's another window. It's a back door. It's ways to get in because they can only keep the door closed for so long. You know what I'm saying? They got to go do something at some point. You can sneak in that back door. They going on vacation. Yeah, you can sneak in that back door. You know what I'm saying? But we got to keep pushing that to the youth head. You know what I'm saying? Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on nothing.
Before we even push it into their heads, we got to get to these fathers that's out here that's still on the block. Like, man, understand this, man. The cars, the clothes, and I'm even say the jewelry, but the right, proper jewelry. You know what I'm saying? Is wealth. That's that's part of your wealth. You know, I mean, you when you sitting there saying Jay-Z is worth $900 million, Puffy worth $900 million. That's their assets. That's everything that they own. That's their cars, their jewelry, their real estate. You know what I'm saying? Their businesses. That's all that. You know what I'm saying? That's not the cash they got in the bank.
$900 million in cash
they don't have that in the bank
or in the bank or whatever.
No, not at all. But you have to know, when it comes to diamonds, you have to know how to buy clean diamonds. When it comes to jewelry, when it comes to gold, you have to know what type of gold you're buying. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't understand none of this for the longest. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that there's different types of gold that you buy. And I don't mean just that 10K, 14K. There's different type of golds that you buy. I didn't understand, there was different grades of diamonds until I started really getting into the business, and you go to that middle of that mall and you buy that middle of that mall type of jewelry. You're not getting no everything that you getting is something that's scrap. You know what I'm saying? When you get to dealing with these bigger companies, they call that scrap metal. They call that scrap diamonds. That has no value.
It has no value.
That has no value.
It's pieces that was cut off of a real diamond.
Pieces that they just, you know what I'm saying, they on chunked up or clumped up together and sold it to you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
so when they tell you it is a real diamond, it does come from
it's
a real diamond.
It's just a bunch of little pieces that they don't put together in the product and sold it to you. So I mean, it's a lot to learn.
So basically, what you telling me is the diamonds I've been buying, they like hot dogs. You telling me my diamonds is like hot dogs? They just been mushed up, man.
If you shopping in the middle of the mall, let
me take some of this stuff back.
You get some hot dog diamonds.
Let me take some of this stuff back, man, because I don't even like hot dogs that much, but I do eat them, so I ain't gonna just dog them.
So I mean, it's like, even I'm not gonna just say the middle of the mall because and like it's major retail stores that sell the same type of product.
Because if you don't know, you know what I'm saying? If you're not informed on what you are purchasing, and all you want to purchase is a diamond,
right?
Anybody can get you. As long as it's a real diamond, they can get you. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of people out here so how how they make these diamonds? They put them in them
moissanite diamonds.
Yeah, they put
man-made diamonds.
They're man-made diamonds, but they say they are real diamonds.
But it's not though. It's a moissanite diamond. It's created in a lab.
Yeah, it's created in the lab.
It's created in the lab. It's not a real diamond. Comes from the earth.
All right, so them diamonds aren't worth anything. Are they hard as diamonds? The diamonds.
It'll shine under certain lights like a diamond. It'll give you that fugazi. You know what I'm saying? Like a diamond. I mean, you got a lot of your rappers that's wearing these moissanite diamonds, but it would never hold the retail value of a diamond. You take that moissanite in there, say you spent $500, you know what I'm saying, on a moissanite diamond. You can get, you know what I'm saying, a couple carats, you know what I'm saying, for or more for that $500. Where you go get a real diamond, you know, that's came from Mother Earth itself, and you spend some thousands on a couple a couple carats. That couple carats is going to always it's going to go up and down in the market depending on what the market is, but you will always be able to go get your money back for it. You will always be able to go get your money back.
It's never really going to lose money.
That moissanite, once you buy it, it's just like going to buy a car. It's you ain't gonna never get what you got, what you spent on.
I never understood why people, you know, like I understand why you would want to buy a brand new car, but the part of it when you buy a brand new car, and in 5 years, you spent $30,000. In 5 years, it's worth $20,000. 10 years is worth less than 10. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would somebody make a purchase that big, and it just goes down? Like, that part is the part that kills me about the way the United States operates. Like, they keep building all these cars. They keep making them cost more. Like, if we're going to spend that kind of money, we might as well go buy Bentleys. You know what I'm saying? At least something that appreciates, you know what I'm saying, in value. Something that you're going to take care of forever. You know what I'm saying? Right. If you got a Bentley, you could take it back. You know, anything wrong with it, you don't have to come with no money. They fixing it because you paid so much money for the car. But I feel like if I pay $30,000 for a car, I should get something. I shouldn't have to go to the car lot.
Well, I think it's all on depending on what lot that you go to, because I spent $30,000 on the car one time and took it to the shop, and they actually scratched the whole side of it while they was working on it, detailing it out, and they painted the whole car over for me again.
Yeah, that's what they made a mistake though. You know what I'm saying? And that's common sense. You make a mistake, paint my man's car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, I can understand why you would buy a house and why you spend that kind of money.
Right. Yeah, I mean it's
but
man, it's man, I guess, you know, it all depends, Schalee. It all depends on where you buy the house at, what the value of the house was when you bought it.
Mm-hmm. So, and then what you put into it.
Right.
Yeah, but you know, you can't put rims on a car and make the value go up. You know what I'm saying? You can't.
In the hood.
Yeah, in the hood, it might look good, but that's about all of that.
Well, I mean, you know, that's about that time right there, Schalee. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to give it to the people, you know, some more on the next episode.
All right, but I want you to put it out there, you know what I'm saying? We do have the jewelry, you know what I'm saying? For the people that subscribe, you know what I'm saying? I want you to put them out so they understand exactly how they get to win this jewelry. Okay,
well, all you have to do, ladies and gents, is subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Leave your email for when you subscribe. And
so do you want to pick a show that we're going to say, this is the show that we're going to, you know, do it on? And we also need to tell you, we will be going to video here real soon. We will be going to video real soon. When we do go to video, that's when we will be doing it. So y'all don't think we just in here, you know, not picking names out of a hat. We want y'all to see we picking names out of a bucket or whatever we put it in. We're going to pick a name. We're going to put all those names that subscribe. We're going to go through, look at everybody having the names written down. So when we put them in there, you do have a chance.
We're going to do it so y'all can see it.
Go do your subscription, you know what I'm saying? If it happens to be two men, you know what I'm saying? I hope you get the ring to your woman.
Or your side piece.
Or your side piece. And if it happens to be two ladies, I hope you get a man to your man.
Or your side piece.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever you feel like you need to do.
Right.
You know, so this is Trilogy, y'all.
It's been one.
So we signing out.